People who have taken an ancestry DNA test and accidentally uncovered a family secret. What was it? A friend discovered that her father was not really her father. Her mom had an affair, and she was the result. It tore her family apart. Her father did not know he was not really her father. Note, she was 45 years old when this happened. My wife is adopted, but found her bio mom, and did one of the genetic tests. Someone matched with her, and asked if she knew such and such a name. She found out her bio mom's husband wasn't the bio dad, it was the bio mom's boss. Oops. Not me. My wife a few years ago, my wife and I both took the 23andMe test. One of her matches came back with 23%, which is high for someone non-family. She messaged him, and they started talking. He was about 10 years older, said he was adopted, and the only thing he knew was some basic biological info. From his age, that would have put her mom at 14, but her mom never said anything about it. So the two options were her mom got knocked up young or grandma had a secret love child. So she asked her youngest uncle, who said when he was a kid he remembered his sister going away for a few months because she was sick and the family just pretended it never happened. He also said that before his mom, my wife's grandmother, passed, she told him all about it. So my wife now has a brother, a sister-in-law and nieces and nephews. My aunt discovered that her mother cheated on her father, and she was a product of that affair, meaning she was actually only half siblings with her 4 siblings. The rub was that my aunt's husband was married before he married her. The woman he was married to is the daughter of the man involved in the affair. So no one knew this, but my uncle got divorced and then married his ex-wife's half-sister. I guess he has a type. I'm the family secret. Family discovered their brother / cousin / son and his wife had 3 children and gave them all up for adoption after matching with me through a DNA test. They were shocked to say the least, but we are all pretty close now. Found out that my brother is only my half brother. Our parents, well, who we thought were both our parents, were never married. But my mom has insisted my whole life that my dad is my brother's dad. He never acknowledged my brother, he did me, claiming that the man my mom was living with at the time was probably his father. My mom has always said the other fellow was simply her roommate. Given that my dad was an alcoholic and chronic liar and our mom has never been someone to lie to make herself look better, and that my brother looked pretty much exactly like my dad in an old army photo, we believed our mom. So my brother gets an ancestry DNA test done, and he's got no German ancestry at all, even though our dad's side of the family is super German. But, things happen. DNA comes out weird. Then I got a test done, and he showed up as a close match, but with 99% certainty a half sibling. So we dig into this a little more, and my half sister from my dad's side son shows up on mine but not his. She's there too now, only on mine. All the cousins on my dad's side showed up on mine but not his. The relatives we have in common are our mom's family. So we are left with the certainty that our mom has been wrong all these years. Again, I swear to you that this woman does not lie to make herself look better. It just doesn't occur to her. I mean, I was in elementary school when she told me I was the result of a drunken attempt to get her ex-boyfriend to leave his wife for her. This woman is really a lot more honest than she should be, by all rights. So we've actually decided not to raise the issue with her. Either she's gone 50 years not knowing the actual father of her oldest child, or there's enough trauma there to make an unusually honest woman lie. This is just one more small bit of weirdness in our family anyway. My brother's legally my uncle. My dad has a cousin living in Utah. The family has always lived in Pennsylvania. For the timing to work, his grandfather hooked up prior to coming to the US in 1918, or his grandmother had a kid and gave it up when she was like 14. Either way, that kid would have been my dad's aunt/uncle, which we never knew about. I took a DNA test and found I'm ethnically 25% Ashkenazi. After 8 months of serious digging, I found out my grandpa, my father's dad, is not my father's biological father. I have since came into contact with my half uncle. He's super nice, and I enjoy chatting with him. I loved learning about my bio grandpa and the rest of the family. We haven't told them and don't plan on it. I have a small family, so it was such a great comfort to connect with more family, understand my lineage and the history of my Jewish ancestors. Really a lovely experience. My wife no longer knows who her father is. We are about to approach her mom about this, but that's a delicate relationship balance to approach due to her mom being very straight-laced and proper. It's shook my wife 45F entire foundation. She was from 6 generations of Texans. Now she is lost. I don't know how to help her. She is not real interested in finding out who her real father is yet. She is also relieved because the man she thought was her father is a weird asshole. I wish her dad, her mom's current husband of 40 years, was her real dad, though he did legally adopt her years ago when the guy she thought was her dad abandoned her. It's mess. Hard pass on the DNA tests for me. I'm good being just 90% freaked up. Turns out, my parents are very distant cousins like 12 generations back. Still pretty wild though. I found out my paternal grandfather was not my real grandfather, and that my father was the product of an affair, or something else. I found the entire family I'm related to. My last name isn't really accurate, and I was told I was an ethnic group I always thought I never looked like. I think my father's sister knew just looking back, but that he never did. I found cousins on that side, but sadly due to my age in my 50s, most relatives had died off. Real grandfather died in 1969. This explains why I never met any great uncles or aunts on my father's side of the family. They basically had nothing to do with us. I found evidence in newspaper articles that my grandmother, real, new and step/adoptive grandfather's family knew the family I would be related to. They were all from the same town. I'm no contact from my family, so no one found out. What is weird is I thought I was adopted for years. I joined Ancestry to find out if I was, and always thought my last name was wrong. Real grandfather was a very busy man. I had relatives all over the place. One grew up in foster care and knew nothing of her real parents. He would have been her real father. That's it for now. Thank you for watching the video. Leave your comments below. See you soon.